to put on.
What?
Now we put on. You have to put. Oh no, it's not yet. You know what? You can already put on music.
But cover the Heilige Shabbos. You are the niggin. You are the niggin. But before we start, we have to get in the mindset of Lag BaOmer. I'm just clicking on I don't know if you could see it, but a Mylef Biederman screenshot that the Zohar says that when Reb Shimon Bar Yochai was buried in Meron, a Bas Kol came forth and said, many prosecutions are silenced on this day in your merit. Tzaddikim say that this occurs every year on Lag BaOmer. The Malachim that slander and seek to harm Klal Yisrael are silenced on Lag BaOmer. The Zohar tells us that the gates of heaven are open on Pesach Sheni and they remain open on the entire week. And afterwards, the gates close. Now, Rav Tali of Rupshitzer, the Rav Tali of Rupshitz asks, why can't the gates remain open? And the answer is that during this week, we have Lag BaOmer. And on Lag BaOmer, everyone prays and subsequently receives everything they need. And since Klal Yisrael has everything and already received all that their hearts desire, there is no reason to keep the gates open. The gates can be closed. Chaver, tonight's the night. Luin Nishmat, Nishmoteim, all the neshamos that fell last year in Merom. It's crazy how it's been 1 year. And let's start with the Tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Pesach Reuven ben Yosef Basar, Bacha Bas Yehudis, Miriam Dodos Chani Yocheved, Yonah Bas Basa, Shir Bas Basa, Sinai Reuven ben Mani, and every neshama in Klal Yisrael. Ribbona Shalom, help us judge others favorably. Master of the world, through your holy sages, you have given us distant hint of the exalted holiness of the Jewish people. Every single Jew is a crown to the Holy One. Blessed be He. Therefore, we want to ask you to help us always to try to search for all the good points that are to be found in each Jew and judge everyone favorably. Gewalt. Halacha l'maisa. We're moving on. When it, no, we did that. Human excrement, even if it does not emit a foul odor, and likewise the excrement of a cat and of a nemia, which is a small animal resembling a cat, right? Some identify this animal as a marten, and the excrement of a tarnagol, also known as the Englisher Heiner or an indic, maybe. A type of fowl similar to a chicken or a turkey. One must distance himself from them before engaging in sacred matters. The excrement of other animals, beasts, and birds generally do not emit a foul odor, and one need not distance himself from them. However, in the event that they do emit a foul odor, and likewise with regard to the carcass that emits a foul odor, or anything that emits a foul odor due to decay, and likewise with regard to a chicken coop, one must distance himself from them. Samson, I feel like whenever we're on together, we learn the craziest halachos. Likewise, one must distance himself from maladrous waters, which here it says if the odor causes people distress. Steeping waters in which flax or hemp is soaked generally emit a foul odor, and one must distance himself from them as he would from excrement. Okay, Gevaldik, halacha l'maisa. Chavra, do we know what the problem of our generation is? Do we know what the problem of our generation is? There's so many. Rav Shlomo says we don't know the depths of our own soul. Chavra, now let's open up our hearts. We don't know the depths of our own soul. We don't know the depths of our own foundation. We are living in a world with so much perversion. Some of today's kids are mamish so holy, but they are also a little bit off. Now, Chavra, what is their problem? What is the problem at hand? Their houses are destroyed. They don't have a foundation. So when your house is broken, you rebuild the four walls. It might seem like you are fixing your house, but at the same time, you are shutting out everyone else. And Rav Levi Yeager says that's not true. Do you know what you are really doing? Not only are you fixing your house, you really are fixing the whole world. friends, Chevra, everyone that's tuning in, Samson, people who love one person completely are not capable of hating. They simply cannot hate anyone in the world. When you say that you love the whole world, you can still hate someone. But when you love one person completely, you can't hate, because this one person becomes your holy temple. And from this holy temple, your love for the whole world is shining. Now, all the rabbis say that every one of us must have one Masechta, right? One tractate of Gemara that we connect to, one section of the Gemara that we love the most. Even in relation to the Torah, we need one Masechta, one page, Chevra, even if it's the blank page, even if it's the Move Culture Passport, which is the foundation for the rest of the Torah. When you absolutely love one person, it becomes your foundation for all the love in the world. Yerushalayim, the holy city, teaches us to fix our foundation, to focus on what we love the most and continue from there. The holy city of Yerushalayim, the holy wall, really, it just seems from what we've been going through over the past 3 weeks, and obviously you guys going beyond that, it really gives us a new pair of eyes. It gives us a fresh breath of air, and allows us to see again. Now, Rav Shlomo of Karlin says, and we'll open up after this. Rav Shlomo of Karlin says, Chav, right now, let's open up our hearts. Right? If we love one person completely, we can't hate. We all know that. We just read that. Rav Shlomo of Karlin says, and we have to understand Rav Shlomo of Karlin, Mamish, next level. I wish that I could love the most righteous person in Israel as much as the Ribbon Shalom, blessed be he, loves the most evil person in Israel. I think that was the biggest quote that we went through. I'll read it again and then we can open it up. I wish that I could love the most righteous person in Israel as much as the Ribbon Shalom loves the most evil person in Israel. Chaver be'ezrat Hashem, as Nitai is admitting himself, Nitai is opening up the gates. Nitai, we're going to read it for a third time. Nitai, all you need to know. Rav Shlomo of Karlin says, I wish I could love the most righteous Yid, the most righteous person in Israel, as much as the Ribbon Shalom loves the most hated, the most evil person in Israel. Chaver be'ezrat Hashem, be'ezrat Hashem, may we reach such a place of getting a hint of that love. Questions, comments, please feel free. If not, let's go fire it up, like mamish, literally.
Yeah, but please, no time. Show us the way.
What?
Oh, Chevra. Holy Chevra.
Is that Rav Vichmeyer?
Who is that?
Mize.
The Holy Rebbes.
Samson, reveal the secrets. Where are those rabbis?
The Rebbes is the Holy Reb Shlomo Halberstam, and Reb Moshe Teitelbaum. The
Baba?
Baba and the Satmar Rebbes. Look at the smiles.
Well, are those two still the current rabbis?
They are. No, I think actually Moshe Teitelbaum passed. The Satmar Rebbe, his sons took over.
Mary Lazar, if you guys know him, his dad is close to the Bubover. He stays by their house whenever he goes to Toronto.
Doesn't he run a YouTube channel now? He's like firing it up.
His YouTube channel is kebab.
Dude, it's Mama. He's unreal. He's unreal.
Yeah, Rev Glazer inspired him to start spreading on YouTube.
Wow. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem.
Niggin that we're gonna sing very soon. Ovid Hatana Elokai. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. There's a lot of wow. Just we don't even realize that Rabbi Shimon. No, you have to look at Rabbi Akiva as a teacher. We just finished Pesach Sheni, and we realized in Pesach Sheni that the Rebbe said it's never too late. And so a lot of, you're right, Pesach Sheni is for all the people who were like pushed away, and he says in Yom Yom that it was the people who were tameh on a long road, like weren't able to come, and it's also lachem. So someone who was, let's say, tameh, he can also come and do Pesach Sheni. Someone who was, let's say, it was far away, he couldn't make it, can also come do Pesach Sheni. And someone who's lachem, meaning what does it mean lachem? At that moment of when Pesach came, he said, I don't want to do it. He can also do Pesach Sheni. He can also do Pesach Sheni, because now he came back and said, wait, I want to. And we can think to ourselves, oh, Pesach Sheni passed, there's no more second chances. That was my second chance, I don't have another chance. Comes along, Lag BaOmer, comes along this Rabbi Akiva. Ashreichem Yisrael. Rabbi Akiva tells us the importance of being able to have a second chance. 40 years it took him to realize that he has a second chance. Everyone thinks 40 years he was like, okay, he was an Amhara, it's 40 years. No. He wasn't 40 years, he didn't know anything. 40 years he was very intelligent. 40 years he knew everything. And I don't know if it was him, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, that he said to a great Tana, a great Rebbe of the Talmud, and said, bring me a holy Jew, bring me a Talmid Chacham, and I'll bash his teeth in. He said it before he was Choser B'tshuva. He says, bring me a Talmid Chacham, I'll bash his teeth in. And what do you know? He eventually turned to be the holy Rabbi Akiva. There's second chances all over the place. And Lag BaOmer is we think the gates might close. But don't worry for 1 second, because the gates of tshuva are never closed. Everyone knows. Lag BaOmer. The big day. Lag BaOmer is the Gal. So, everyone should go read about this inyan of Lag being the same letters as the word Gal. It's written about in many, many places. And all the Hasidic masters talk about such an idea. How really we have to, it's like a Gal is like a mountain, a hilltop, also a wave. So Lag BaOmer allows us to be lifted up. For more information, go to read the book Torah Menachem, the Izvadus, the first volume of Torah Menachem from the Lubavitcher Rebbe, year Tafshin Yud, the year before he became Rebbe. Very important. Also, we have to know that we only have Torah today because of Rabbi Shimon. But that's for a different time.
I just want to just cry and thank you guys for literally getting me in the mindset of Lag BaOmer. I feel like so many things are just coming, like days are flying, days are mamish flying, and like Samson and Nitai, you just open up my eyes and open up my heart a little more. About to get in a taxi. Nitai, do you have any questions, comments? Hever, thank you so much for just being you and pushing me every single day, pushing us every single day. I love you guys.
In the book I'm reading, I'm sorry to do this. You just said the goodbye, but I have to. I just turned to the page. It just happened. So let's read a little bit, if that's okay. If everyone wants to go, we can go. We get a synopsis. What is that? We get a.
I'm here for the long run.
For the long run, just go.
No, I'm here.
A little bit. We won't read so much. We read one, maybe 2 paragraphs. That's it. According to the wisdom of the rearranging the letters of Hebrew words in various ways in order to extract multiple layers of meaning, the letters of the word reversed spell gal. The root word gal has many meanings, one of which is to open or to reveal. This meaning is expressed in the verse, open gal my eyes, Yigal my eyes, that I will see wonders in your Torah. This verse clearly relates to Lag BaOmer, the anniversary of the death of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. As in the Zohar, Rabbi Shimon and his students reveal sublime and lofty secrets in the inner dimensions of Torah, and thereby open our eyes to more fully fully acknowledge and appreciate the presence of the divine in the world and in our lives. Paradoxically, the words in Hebrew for exile, gola, and redemption, geula, are derived from the root word gal. The fact that both words share the same root point to the intrinsic cyclic connection of exile and redemption, as this perpetual process has impacted humanity and especially the Jewish people throughout its history. It is stated that in the Zohar, on the merit of learning its teachings, the Jewish people will go out of exile in compassion. In other words, learning the inner dimensions of Torah will create a critical mass of light and spiritual energy sufficient to turn exile, Gola, into redemption, Geula, which we merit to see such a thing.
Amen. I'm sorry, Chavra, I have to run. But I love you guys, and you're the best. Thank you for that, Samson. I gotta rewatch it because I missed some words, but you're the best. And also have fun at the Fabrings tonight in the fires and Nitai as well. Be well, Chavra. Fire it up. Be in touch.
Take care, brothers.
Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim.